I was standing in a parking lot as four giant fire trucks were screaming up next to where I was standing. And next to me was my friend Skip. We were traveling with a Broadway musical called Barnum. We were circus performers in the show, and we were actually practicing a juggling routine in the parking lot just minutes before these fire trucks showed up. And they showed up because of something we did. We were preparing four juggling torches to practice a passing routine, juggling back and forth. And my friend Skip had taken a can of white gasoline, laid the torches down on the ground, and tipped the can over to soak the wicks of the juggling torches with gas, and then very deliberately and carefully took the can, walked 10 feet away and set it down before coming back, lighting a match, and throwing it on the wicks of the torches. As we watched the torches come ablaze, we also watched in horror as the flame followed a trail of gas that inadvertently my friend Skip had left on the pavement back to where the can was. And the flame went all the way along that trail up into the gas can, and the whole gas can lit up ablaze. So we're standing there watching this full, like 2 gallon container of white gasoline blazing on fire, and we panicked. Both of us ran back into our hotel rooms, which were on the ground floor of this hotel we were staying in with the rest of the cast. We ran into our hotel rooms. We grabbed all the towels from the bathrooms we could get our hands on. We ran out to throw the towels on top of the blazing fire to smother it and put it out. In our haste to cover the can of gas, one of us knocked it over. So the towels we threw on top of the can of gas just soaked up all the fuel and acted like a giant wick for the fuel and the flames to grow even bigger, even bigger. So we had this massive bonfire of towels in the middle of this parking lot. Somebody obviously saw it, whether it was the hotel manager or another guest, and phoned the fire department. You do not want to put the words hotel and mattress fire in the same sentence unless you mean it. And that's just what this person did, assuming that the white cloth they were looking at was a mattress that was on fire. So when they called 911, they reported it as a mattress fire, which is why 4 fire trucks showed up in the parking lot. And the first fire truck had the fire chief on it, who, as it pulled up and he was standing on the runner board, stepped off the truck, looked at this pile of burning towels, and looked at us like, are you frickin' kidding me? It was obviously not a mattress fire. He walked over to the fire truck. He pulled a single fire extinguisher off the rack and put the fire out in about 6 seconds. Of course, my friend Skip and I were terrified. We're in our early 20s. We're traveling with this musical, this show. All we wanted to do is practice our juggling, but now we're both thinking we're about to be sent to jail, or at the least be presented with the bill for every fireman and fire truck within a 30-mile radius having been sent out to take care of the situation that we created. And I'll never remember what this fire chief said to us. But the reason I'll never remember, I'll never forget what this fire chief said to us. And the reason I'll never forget it is not because of what he said, but because of what he didn't say. What he didn't do was judge, shame, punish, berate, or lecture us about what we had done. He actually had the wisdom to know that the spectacle we had just created and what resulted was something we would never, ever do again. He just looked at us and he said, "How about you clean this up?" And got back on the fire truck and led his parade of emergency responders back to the station, leaving us there to clean up the mess and to benefit from the internalization of the lesson, which came just from our experience about how you handle gas and flame in the future. And that was it. So I could have recorded a video about the importance of not lecturing people as a teacher or as a leader, and instead letting them learn their life lessons and how much more effective that is. But my story about that is way more effective than me telling you about that. And your stories about your life lessons, mistakes you've made, things you've learned from errors, those are also way more impactful on other people than you talking to them about concepts and principles and ideas. So find your stories. When a story or an experience comes up in your mind about something that was useful or memorable to you, write it down and start making a list of these notable life experiences, because they will come in very handy if you need to inspire, lead, educate, or connect with other people at some point in a public presentation or some other context where you are expected to speak. Thanks for watching. That's it today for Honestly Human. Hope to see you in another video.